Now this is a cool one. What at first I thought was some late 70s, early 80s arcade port, am I thinking of Missile Command, is actually a decent little title from the folks over at Seta, the one who brought us the delightfully playable Battle Bull and the tragically tedious Q-Billion. Torpedo Range turned out to be their best Game Boy work as it happens. Despite having such a small portfolio, it was one that was more hit than miss. The aim is to liberate 6 seaports across the globe from surprisingly well-equipped terrorists, who seem to have an arsenal bigger than the armed forces of most countries. You can choose one of 6 bases to start with: USA, USSR, Canada, Australia, UK, and Japan. You pilot a submarine around the globe, it doesn't take long, don't worry, whereby you first need to take out any enemies surrounding a port, in one of 4 different battle styles. Each one will have a star rating underneath it, which relates to the difficulty, with the harder games awarding more points if won. You need to slowly build up your points total in order to buy shields and the ability to carry more torpedoes. You have to do this because freeing the ports takes more ammo than you can hold at the start of the game. There are 4 mini-games to take on, and you can grind as much as you need to between them, choosing the game and the difficulty that suits you best. Note that you don't have to beat all the levels, but it might make the game more interesting if you vary your battles a bit. Firstly, you can take on a battle cruiser. Your sub has surfaced by this point, with the camera behind your sub looking out over a wide swathe of ocean. There will be several cruisers travelling across the screen at various distances that you need to take out by timing your torpedo shots. They're firing back at you, of course, but this isn't a tough mission as long as you take out the closest one first. Come into contact with an aircraft carrier and you're put into a battle against a bunch of fighter jets. There are usually around 5 or 6 planes that fly across the screen in either direction, as well as dodging up and down. You need to fire your torpedoes vertically upwards and take them all out. Each one takes a few hits to down. After they're all shrapnel on the ocean, the aircraft carrier will come out from the background and drop depth charges at you. Take it out to win the battle. You can fire from shallow depths or deep, it's up to you, but bear in mind that the torpedoes travel slower while still in the water. It's pretty satisfying when you time it just right, but don't expect to get it straight away. There's a Hunt for Red October style submarine battle where you take on 3 or 4 other craft in a small area of ocean. This one is too easy, as the AI seems only partly programmed. The enemies don't really come after you, so just pick your prey off one at a time. The final mini-game sees you taking on a side-on battleship that has several guns on it. You need to go along destroying them all while avoiding their fire. At times, a ship will also come into view, which you can't destroy, but will drop flammable liquid on the surface of the water, leaving flames that damage you considerably. Once you're leveled up as much as you want, you can try to liberate a port. This takes place in much the same way as the 4th minigame, although this time there are more guns to take down, and they're stronger. Don't enter this final battle until you've got at least 60 torpedoes and 2 super shots. Depending on your dodging skill, I'd probably have at least 12 shields too. The super shots are single-use missiles with a much larger blast radius and do wicked amounts of damage. Aimed just right, they can destroy 2 guns in one strike, so are well worth having. I enjoy the look of the game. While reasonably simple, it's professionally done. The animations of the planes taking off in the background and so on are nice touches. The music can be a little messy at times, but the explosions and torpedo sounds are very cool. Torpedo Range isn't a common title, with the North American version coming quite late in the Game Boy's life cycle, but the Japanese version has little text, and what's there is English anyway. I would wholeheartedly recommend it. A curiosity why there was a 5.5-year gap between the game's first outing and a Western release though. One of those strange anomalies with a reason no doubt lost to time. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on the game down below, and if you can spare a second, give the review a quick thumbs up, it really helps out. Subscribe to the Portable Power Podcast for a new Game Boy review every day from Monday to Friday. Or alternately, new episodes of the podcast drop every Saturday and Sunday on whichever platform you get your pods. See you later on.